Best Served Hot. Chapter 1, New Me, Who's This? Glittering spotlights, the roar of the crowd. Everyone who is anyone in fashion is here tonight. And when you step onto the runway, for the first time, what do you see? We have body type number 1, 2. We're Gal Gadot, apparently. Don't at me. Are you happy with this look? I'd like to customize it. Let's see what we have options. Start off by choosing a face. Hairstyles. Going to accept the default. What is your name? Lee Fax. You take your first step onto the catwalk and strike a pose. The sound of flashing cameras is almost drowned out by the gasp of the crowd. That's Lee. Move it, man. I've got to get a shot. Hold my head high. You do what you assume you're meant to do. You keep your expression cool, confident, strutting down the runway. Over here! Miss Sachs! Miss Sachs! Look over here! Here's Lee Sachs, known for her Pulitzer-winning expose on fast fashion and labor exploitation, making her a runway debut. She's confident, she's stunning, she's wearing a priceless fabric that she totally knows the name for, and... Hey, babe. God? Is that you? Oh, no. Just said, hey, babe. You blink, snapping back to reality to your desk at Flair magazine, where your significant other is staring at you. We have him or her. Why do I feel like this is going to go horribly wrong? Let's go with, him. Andy, your boyfriend of 4 years, waves a hand in front of your face. You okay, babe? You look like you were somewhere else. Yeah, fine. Just... Is that my next assignment? Nodding, he passes you a folder. Yeah, a literal paper folder with some notes in it. 10 floral prints to make you stop worrying and love your body. And you want this clickbait by tomorrow? Hey, that clickbait sells, and you know the boss. She waits for no one. I know. I've always been plugging away as a staff writer for 3 years. I thought by now I'd be covering real stories. Like the way fast fashion is filling up landfills, or how impossible beauty standards are teaching kids that they can never be good enough. But that's not your job. We both knew it'd be tough when we got here. Sometimes that means working hard, and sometimes that means working on stuff that sucks. But at least you get to do cool photographer stuff and get out of this building. I'm stuck here at my desk. It's your desk at Flair. Dozens of people would kill to have this job, babe. Don't forget that. Andy heads to his desk and you turn back to your laptop. 30 minutes later, you've typed 500 words and deleted half of them. Holy shit, it's me. At least, all hands meeting will be an excuse to get away from my keyboard. Glance towards Andy's desk to walk over with him, but he's nowhere in sight. He better not be stuck in the elevator again. If he's late, the boss will chew him up and spit him out. You head towards the office's biggest meeting room, but on the way you pull out your phone and dash off a frantic text. Hey, meeting in 10. Please be there so Sasha doesn't ask me where you are. The moment you send the text, you hear a muted buzz from behind a closed door, the door to the copier room. He must be printing stuff for the meeting. Maybe he needs me help unjamming the printer. Oh yeah, that's it, babe. You open the door and see Andy lean back against one of the copiers, his fly unzipped, head tilted back in pleasure, and kneeling in front of him, her head bobbing up and down, is... Oh my god! Taylor, one of the magazine's models, scrambles to her feet and Andy spins around to see you. What the hell? I can explain. It's not what it looks like. Does that excuse ever work? Andy fumbles with the fastening of his pants as Taylor desperately tries to clean up the smeared lipstick around her mouth. Really, Andy, I need to know, what is this then? Because it looks like you were cheating on me in the goddamn copy room of our workplace with whoever her face. Taylor? My name is Taylor? Oh, I didn't ask. We weren't, I wasn't, the copier was stuck and she was just helping me. Was the copier in your pants? Get the copier's rocks off? I didn't think it has any. No, babe. Oh, so she's your babe too. Screw you, screw all of this, we're done, Andy. You turn towards the door, anger pulsing through your body with more power than all the energy drink bottles littering your desk combined. But he calls out after you. This isn't my fault. Do you have any idea what all the albatross you've been around my neck ever since we got to Flair? You have no drive, Lee, no fashion sense. When I try to help, you don't even wear the things I buy. You're stuck. I'm sick of letting you drag me down. I deserve to be with someone on my level. Yeah, gaslighting slash deflection. On your level? Really, because when I got here, she was on her knees. Andy's mouth opens and closes like one of those talking animatronic trouts your aunt used to have on her wall. This is over, Andy, and just so you know, your fly is still unzipped. You rush back into the hallway, vision blurring with tears. Autopilot alone takes you to a nearby conference room. The moment you close the door behind you, collapse against one of the walls, burying your face in your hands. How could he? How long have they been? No. You can't finish that thought. You barely swallow around the lump in your throat. The walls feel like they're closing in, and then... Hey, you okay? You blink away your tears, wondering if you're hallucinating, because gazing down at you is one of the most beautiful people you've ever seen. Might also be, your tears in your eyes. Oh, just to be safe, let's see the man options first. They're really adding, detail to the love interest now. Let's see the female options. Not too bad. But I know what you ladies want, so... Tall and handsome is what you want. As you stare up at him, recognition filters in through your haze of anger and grief. That's Finn. Finn Diamonds. He's the hottest new designer in New York. You've seen him in the Flair building before, but you've never spoken. Until now. Great, obviously I love crying at work. You do your best to wipe away your eyes as Finn gives you a rueful smile. Oh, yeah, everyone's favorite. Listen, if you want some space, I'll go. But if you need a shoulder to cry on, the shirt is water resistant. Not to mention softer than a baby llama. Not that it's made of baby llama. Hashtag cruelty-free. Just a point of comparison. You stare at him, stunned. It's surreal that Finn Diamonds is even talking to you, let alone asking how you are. As you take a shaky breath, he folds his legs, designer slacks and all, sits on the floor beside you. Before you know it, you're spilling your whole sad story. We've been together for 3 years. I thought we were solid, and then one text and I find him in the stupid copier room with... Finn quietly passes you a handkerchief. It's okay. Take your time. You wipe your eyes with a handkerchief and take a ragged breath. You offer it back and he holds out a hand. Thank you. You pass the handkerchief back to him, but as he takes it, there's a split second where his fingertips brush past yours. Thank you. The pattern on this is nice. Thanks. It's Armani. You just let me wipe my face all over Armani? It's a handkerchief. That's what it's for. You get through what you saw in the copier room, and Andy's accusations, the breakup. By the time you finish, Finn is pacing around the room. At your work. If I were you, I'd be at his desk tossing everything in the nearest trash can and looking for a lighter. Finn... Too bad we've got fire sprinklers on every floor. My bad. We should take the trash can to the roof then and find a lighter. You exhale slowly, and for the first time since you walked out of the copy room, you feel like you can catch your breath again. I might take you up on that after my... Oh crap, my meeting. I'm gonna be late. He holds out a hand to help you up. With his palm clasped in yours, you feel a little steadier. Then he lets go and opens the door, gesturing for you to go first. You've got exactly 1 minute, assuming we're heading in the same place. You step through, your body brushing past the sleek lines of his low-cut shirt. Then he calls out to you. And hey, whatever your ex tries to throw at you in there, you're a goddamn catch with eyes like Aphrodite. This is his loss, remember that. Buoyed by his words, you shuffle in the meeting room where Sasha Williams, editor-in-chief at Flair, stands at the head of the table. Finn slides into a seat near Sasha, leaning casually in his chair as if he attends meetings like this every day. So good of you all to join me, Perry. The layout did not make my eyes bleed this week, so well done.
Thanks, boss. We always aim to improve.
With New York Fashion Week less than a month away, I'm appointing Valencia and Andy as our on-the-ground photographers. Thanks, Miss William. I know this is the biggest issue of the year. We'll do you and Flair proud. Kind of want to go with a British accent, because you know the whole situation, but I'm trying to keep it where it was. Sasha probably says something Sasha-esque like, don't do me proud, do your job, but as you stare across the table at Andy, all you hear is your blood pounding in your ears. He's just sitting there smiling. He can't even pretend to look guilty. That's because nobody at the table knows what a piece of crap he is. Lee, you've been covering some of those articles. What do you think? Crap. You were lost in righteous indignation for the last 30 seconds, so you have no idea what she's talking about. But Finn meets your gaze and mouths a few words. She wants to cut a column. Love it. You love the column I'm thinking of cutting? Sasha arches an eyebrow and embarrassment floods through you as a few colleagues chuckle, and he's the loudest among them. I meant that, our audience loves it. At least some of them do. There's a reason she handles our clickbait. Lee's never been on trend in her life. Andy's snide comment gets a few more chuckles, although not from Finn. Next order of business, I want to rework that article on sunglasses before it goes to print. Zendaya was seen on Speedboat wearing aviators last week, and that means tiny glasses are out, big glasses are back in. Yes, because one celebrity does something. Oh, I'm gonna hate this. Desperate to make up for your earlier distraction, you jump in. We could always spotlight both. No point in diluting the article. I say we pivot to big sunglasses and pivot hard. Okay, thanks so much for that take. It said editorial's call, not photography's. But what are you suggesting we would take the photos? It affects both of our departments. I'm just trying to save Miss Williams time and money. You grit your teeth as Andy kisses up to your mutual boss. He clearly expects you to sit there and let him talk over you. If he's been our whole relationship secretly thinking I'm a gullible doormat, it's time to prove him wrong. Oh, come on. It's time for some payback. You wait until Sasha pitches another question to the room. For Fashion Week, I want to mix it up this year. Throw out the usual spread, stand out from the crowd.
Stand out how?
I have a few. We need real ideas, not whatever half-baked. This time when Andy starts to cut you off, you hold up a hand. I didn't hear her ask for your opinion. This is about content and concepting. You just need to be there shooting what you're going to shoot. I know how to do my job. I was just trying to say this isn't your... Actually, I would like to hear what Leah has to say. If she will be gracious enough to go on after that interruption. She fixes Andy with a wilting glare, and he shrinks back in his little seat. I was just thinking we've been limiting ourselves by thinking in only 2-page spreads. For the print issue, sure, although I saw Perry noodling on some concepts for a fold-out, but for the web edition, we can get creative. You know, those long read articles with the images that unfold? We can lock some of them and change the slides or as readers scroll. And, sorry, am I still talking? Aren't I? More like talking sense, Josephine. I hope you were taking all that down. Josephine, Sasha's externally caffeinated assistant, looks up from the laptop where she's been frantically typing notes. Endless scroll with locked images. Slides, the Times deep dive on coral reefs from last week. Copy that. Getting a rare taste of praise from Sasha makes you feel 10 feet tall, and so does the sight of Finn smiling at you. The room is suddenly bustling with ideas thanks to your suggestion, but among the excitement, Andy just mutters to himself, "She's just some junior writer, not editor extraordinaire." I'm sorry. Is this your meaning or our editors? Sasha's, of course. I was just interrupting again. You've been doing that a lot, mister. I don't think I caught your name. It's the first time Finn has raised his voice since he entered the room, and everyone instantly falls silent. Andy Miller. Well, Andy, the last time I was at Flair, the discussion was more civilized. Or is this some new meeting format I missed the memo on, where we shut down other people's ideas instead of contributing our own? If the glare Sasha gave Andy before was wilting, this one probably takes about 3 years off his life, and God, seeing it feels good. It is not. While I appreciate Andy's contributions thus far, perhaps he's exceeded his word count for today. Yes, Miss Williams. By 3 more words. Yeah, when someone says that and they're their boss, you just shut up. Andy instantly clamps his mouth shut. Finally. Thank you, Lee and Mr. Diamonds, for getting us back on track. I'm just trying to respect everyone's time, unlike some people. You managed not to say that part out loud, but the message is clear. Even Josephine pauses her typing to frown at Andy. So, should I, leave that last bit out of my notes? Oh no, included. I want to have a record of everyone's performance today. You stepped in it now, Andy. But since Lee mentioned colors, let's talk. A lot of designs will be heavy on burgundy, so we want a color scheme that can accent the photos. As the meeting moves on, Andy sits silently in his chair, fuming. Poor guy. For the first time since your life fell apart approximately 30 minutes ago, oof, that was only 30 minutes ago, you feel a sense of control. God, putting that a-hole in his place felt good. Without interrupting the discussion, Finn catches your eye and raises his glass of sparkling water and a toast. Well done. Now you feel more than just a shred of control. You feel a little spark of triumph burning hot in your chest, and you can cling to it as hard as you can. Eventually, the longest meeting in your life begins to wind down. People start scooting out of the chairs from the table, but Sasha holds up a hand. One last thing. Felicity Kai has taken a job at another magazine, whose name we shall not repeat within these walls. Good news for her, congratulations, etc., but bad news for us because I need someone to take over her next piece. A series about our guest, Finn Diamonds, and his first time showing his designs at NY Fashion Week. Not just my big day on the runway. We're talking about the test shoots, studio tour, all the frantic hemming. I'm sure I'll have to do some 5 minutes before the models start walking. Exactly. I want comprehensive coverage of Finn's whole journey from now until his show at the Fashion Week. You glance at your fellow writers who are already arguing amongst themselves. Don't look at me, Chloe. I don't need that kind of pressure. My doctor told me I need to cut back on stress. It is an ask so far above your pay grade that the mere idea makes you dizzy, but you remember Andy's words in that copier room. You have no drive, Lee. You're stuck, and I'm sick of letting you drag me down. Finn is watching you from across the room. You stand up and the words tumble out of your mouth before you can even help yourself. I can write it. You've had good insights today, Lee, but I hired you as a junior writer for a reason. You didn't come to us particularly well-versed in fashion, as I recall. You majored in journalism, yes? And you've only been here, 2 years, covering more culture than beauty or fashion? That's correct, but We'll turn this into the best damn column you've ever seen. Give me the shot, and I promise you won't regret it. This column is about my designs, no, my life work. So I say yes, Leah's guts. I want to see what she can do. Sasha gives you one last piercing look, and then she claps her hands. Josephine, write that down. Lee will be taking over the diamonds column.
Lee, come talk to me when you start getting page count estimates. I want to give you a multi-page spread.
As your colleagues congratulate you, you smile your biggest smile over Perry's shoulder at a fuming Andy. Poor guy. How's that for drive? You escape as soon as you can to make a beeline towards your desk, but before you get more than a few steps down the hall... Lee, you got a second? Finn, for you, I've got 10, or 60, however many you need, but that was just the first number that came to... Generous of you, but I know you just became a very busy woman. I'll get to the point. I'm glad you volunteered back there, but if we're going to be working together, we should talk. I can never get anything done in cubicles and conference rooms. Why don't you join me at the bar down the street? I really do have work to do. This is work. Consider it preliminary research. You can even bill your boss lady for the hours. Okay, as long as we are going to talk about the article. It'll be the first of several topics of discussion. I swear on my favorite cufflinks. At a cheap rooftop bar that is all sleek lines and modern decor, Finn flags down the bartender and slides a gold credit card across the bar. I'd like to open up a tab for table 5, 1 Tom Collins please, and whatever she'd like. We have some sparkling water, I don't know even how to say that, Sazerac, and I don't know what the hell it is, or a Cosmo. I'm just gonna go with some sparkling water. Finn glances at you, not judging, just curious, and you shrug and reply. If this is work, I need to keep my head straight. Fair enough. He nods to the bartender. You heard her. Make sure my friend gets some of those fruit slices, the good candied ones. Don't skimp. He takes you to a table overlooking the glittering New York skyline, and before long, a server brings your drinks to the table. As Finn slides yours across the table to you, your fingers brush. There's a flicker of something electric in the touch. Thanks. My pleasure. But I do have to ask, why did you volunteer for the column? Andy was part of it, but not just because of that, of what you think. When I told him I was ending things, he blew up at me, said I had no drive, I'd been holding him back, which is pretty rich from a guy coming, who followed me from college to New York because working in a paper was my dream. Every time you talk about this man, I hate him more. Imagine how I felt after dating him for almost 4 years and learning he's thought that about me the whole time. So, when I saw this opportunity, I wanted to prove him wrong. Hearing those words didn't just hurt because I loved him, they were because he believed that about me. So I wanted to show him just how much he threw away when he betrayed my trust. I've only known you a few hours, but I can already tell he's made the mistake of a lifetime. You really think so? Would I have brought you here if I felt otherwise? He raises a glass to you in a tribute, smiling, and you clink yours against it. I guess not. And whatever, well, after everything that's changed today, I just wanted, after a fresh start, a chance to become a new you. Yeah, I want my scumbag ex to regret all the ways he's ever let me down. Finn sips his own drink. He's not quite looking at you, his gaze is somewhere else, somewhere you can't follow. I know what it's like to have the world collapse around you and beneath your feet, to want to rise above the pain like a phoenix from the ashes. Did someone break your heart too? He gives you a sad smile. Not exactly, but I've been where you are in more ways than you might think. You've got a fire inside you, Lee, and I want to help it blossom. Let me reinvent you. What does that even mean? You get to be part of his project. A new look, a new you, a chance to make what's-his-face jealous as hell. A new project for me, in a manner of speaking. Plus, after that meeting today, I want to see what this new Lee can do. Something tells me she's full of surprises. You'd really do all that for me?
I offered, didn't I? And besides, if you're going to be writing about my journey to Fashion Week, I want you at your best.
Finn, with you I will be.
He laughs warmly. Don't give me too much credit until you've gotten to know me. I've been known to be a bad influence.
Oh, sure, the guy who saved me from a complete meltdown in a conference room is a terrible influence.
I have my moments, but I'm glad we met, Lee, even if I wish it'd been under better circumstances.
Same here.
Over more drinks, you and Finn Diamonds, as strange as that still sounds, hatch a plan.
Andy's been itching to cover NY Fashion Week for months. He used to rant about turning it into his big break.
So let me guess. We want to break his dreams into thousands of tiny little shiny pieces?
If you're up for it.
Up for it. It is my personal mission to make you outshine your ex so dazzlingly. He goes, he's going to need a prescription sunglasses.
Then, if you'll be prepping for Fashion Week, and I'll be busy covering it, I'll have an in for a ton of his events too. I'll make sure Flair looks good and wants nothing to do with Andy by the time I'm through. So, Part 1, Makeover, Part 2, Revenge/Sabotage, if you're up for it.
Fashion, karma, and a chance to be devastatingly petty towards someone I barely know and already hate? Lee, you just listed 3 of my favorite things.
Finn, thank you.
Thank you. You've been the most interesting thing that's happened to me in months. Not that you're a thing, just a figure of speech, sorry.
I guess I can forgive you, considering that you've offered me a free makeover, and we just made a revenge pack.
Ah, sharp, funny, and gorgeous. Oh, Lee, I am so glad we met.
The compliment makes you feel warm and bubbly, but as the night gets later and the conversation turns to your coverage of Fashion Week, your stomach sinks.
Hey, are you okay? I know it's been a long day.
Just realizing that whenever this bar closes, I have to go home to my apartment. Our apartment. I mean, mine with...
Oh, ouch.
Yep, 50-50 chance that Andy's shacked up with his model, or he's changed the locks and thrown my stuff onto the street.
And why wait to get the makeover started? Why not get a fresh start now?
At 10 p.m. on a Tuesday.
In my experience, nothing beats the breakup blues like a new haircut, and I have a friend whose salon is still open. Alright, so long story short, we have multiple options here, so let's go. Color shift. Then we've got new you, new do, turn up the volume, or pass on the choice. I guess I could go with color shift.
What the hell, why not? Show me the salon.
That's the spirit. Let's go make some impulse decisions.
1 elevator ride later, Finn calls a car and whisks you off through the streets. To a chic salon in Brooklyn. It looks like it's about a close-up for the night, but when Finn buzzes the doorbell, a purple-haired figure immediately lets you both inside. Hey, if it isn't my favorite designer. And who's this? A new muse?
Now you could say that, Sky. This is Lee. Lee, this is Sky. Miracle worker and hair whisperer.
Nice to meet you, Lee. You too. Thanks for fitting us in.
I know it's late, but my friend here needs a new do stat.
Is this a special occasion, or do you need a fresh start? I'm trying to find a new me.
Sky and Finn share a look understanding flashing in their eyes. Believe me, I know the feeling. That's how Sky and I first met.
So you're responsible for this man's model-worthy hair?
Sky bows dramatically.
Guilty as charged. I've got a soft spot for lost souls looking for a change of pace.
Is that why your hair has been like 6 different colors in the time I've known you?
That's because I keep up with the trends, Finn. I shouldn't have to tell you that.
Sky guides you to one of the salon's chairs. Finn hovers close by as they begin examining your hair from different angles.
So, everything is shorter layers, some color... Honestly, I hadn't thought that far ahead.
I might have talked her into this less than 30 minutes ago.
Oh, of course you did. Okay, let's zoom out. Let's, take a mirror. Take a look in the mirror, Lee.
You spin your chair so you're staring straight at your own reflection. When you wake up tomorrow morning, get dressed and look in the bathroom mirror, how do you want to feel? Like your ex is dead. What? I want to feel in control. Like no one will ever make me feel small again. Wow, okay, a lot of pressure for a haircut. You know how a big confidence boost the right cut can be, Sky. Just do your best. As if I do anything else. They playfully spritz Finn with a water bottle from their workstation and he yelps, "Hey, sorry, I repent. You're perfect and capable, just watch this shirt." Sky gets to work chatting with Finn as they trim and adjust your hair. So, any big plans after this, Mr. Fashion Week? Oh, you know, revolutionize fashion, make headlines, the usual. But, not quite so short on the sides there, no? You want to leave a little room for... Right, good call. Finn, if this whole designer thing doesn't work out, you might have a future in hairstyling. I'll keep that in mind if I ever get tired of making clothes. Okay, we're almost there. I'll need some scissors, and, Finn, can you pass me that bottle? Roger that. Before you know it, Sky's work is nearly done. But before they can make a last adjustments, Finn steps up to the chair. Mind if I take it from here? Be my guest. They hand him a pair of scissors and steps up behind you. One of his hands brushes the back of your neck as he works. Almost done, just need to straighten that line, just the volume there. You try to stay perfectly still as his hands move over you with practiced ease. You are very good with your hands. He looks up, catching your eye in the mirror, his smile widening. Oh, don't give me too much credit until I'm done. Something tells me you aren't about to slip up now. His movements are slow, his smile becomes something more earnest. Trust me, Lee, I'd never ruin a masterpiece like this. His fingers skim lightly over your skin as he completes the last few adjustments, his hands confident and sure. And done. Welcome to the new you, Lee. He whips the cape off, spins you around to face your reflection, and a smiling, confident woman gazes back at you. It's perfect. You turn this way and that, admiring your reflection, and you catch Finn gazing at you too, wearing a soft, unreadable smile. Absolutely gorgeous. Nice work, Fashion Week. Finn laughs, and whatever moment was just happening between you is broken. Please, you did the hard part. I just swooped in at the end and stole the credit. You both are geniuses. Thank you. Seriously. Finn holds out a hand to help you out of the chair. Looks like you're doing well on your way to getting fabulously. As you stand up and face yourself in the mirror one last time, you make a promise. Now, it's time to get revenge. Great. Amazing. Love it. So yeah, only one chapter out today. Other than that, without further ado, thank you all for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, so let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Pretty much for now, this is it. No new books, I hope. Really had to work overtime to play catch up, especially on the Promises of Forever. Finally got all that done, and then we finally caught up for the week. So I'm done. I'm it. That's it. I'm grabbing my coat, my hat. I'm leaving the office for the week. Leave me alone. Don't page me. No, I'm kidding. If you guys need me for anything or whatnot, let me know. Other than that, it's an interesting story, I guess. We'll just see where it goes, I guess is the best way to put it. Aside from that, let me know your thoughts, but otherwise, I'll at least, like I said, the love interest looks a little bit better in terms of, like, what they're doing for kind of, like, the imagery and whatnot. Looks alright. So, you know, there has been some improvements with the new handlers of Pixelberry, but do remember that most of the writers are bye-bye from the ones you once knew and whatnot, so we're going to have to see where all this goes, right? We're going to have to see where this goes. This is okay. It is an okay start, but we'll see. Yeah, catch y'all later. Peace out.